Ready to get your shit together? Isn't that what we are all truly trying to do? In this fun, life-hack-full show, we will learn together how to navigate this roller coaster called life. We, as glorious messy humans, can sit in the proverbial third car, grumpy and bored, or in the front of the roller coaster having the time of our lives. What do you choose? In this show, you can expect meaningful content and practical takeaway tools to make life easier and exceptionally more joyful. There will be epic guests who already love their lives, allowing them to share their get your shit together tips and words of wisdom. Life is too long and too short to not love your life. Welcome to Get Your Shit Together Live with Amy Joy. Hello, happy Thursday, and welcome to Get Your Shit Together Live with Amy Joy, and I'm your host, Amy Joy. Congratulations on your abundance. I love opening the show with this because I want all of us to take a minute to just really look around at all the things that we are so abundant in. The people, the things, the experiences, the smiles, the health. Whatever it is that you're abundant in, take a look and notice. It makes life even more glorious. Very excited today. I feel very abundant today because I have the amazing Lori Kaplan here. She is back. She was on a previous episode with us, and we talked about DNA and getting DNA checked. And I'm like, I'm going to do that. So we did. I got my DNA checked, and she is literally going to read it to me live here on the show. And I am going to find out what my imprint is. Who is Amy Joy as far as my genes are concerned? And it's going to tell me a whole lot, she says. A whole lot about what to eat, what not to eat, what to do, what not to do, what I'm predisposed to be or not be. It's going to be really interesting, and we're going to do it together, and you're going to learn too how you could get yours tested if you feel in alignment with that. So super excited. Very full, life-hacked full show as always. Lots of nuggets. I'm going to be sharing a beautiful story of one of the most impactful things that have ever happened to me and how I was able to use the diamond of freedom to navigate that and to move through it with ease and with grace. And the Diamond of Freedom, which we covered last week. So if you missed it, go back and watch episode 17 because it goes into great detail of the Diamond of Freedom. So we're going to go into that a little more today, and we'll see you soon here with that. But right now, we are going to do Change Your State, Elevate. All right, this is the part of the show where we take 2 minutes to raise our frequency, to change our state. And there are so many quick little ways to do that. Today, we are going to do the art form, and the scientific way of tapping. All right. And it may sound weird. It's like, why? How could this make a difference? Trust me, it does. And in 2 minutes, I do not have enough time to give you all of the benefits, but it helps emotionally, physically, spiritually. It helps with post-traumatic stress. It helps with anxiety. It even helps with addiction and chronic pain. So this is a great way to relieve whatever is ailing you. All right. And it's so easy. All right. So what we're going to do is you're going to just tap. You're going to follow me. You're going to follow me, and you're just going to tap right here under your eyes, and then under your nose, under your chin. And then you want to tap here on the K29, which is right below your collarbone here. K29 points. These are meridian points. You're going to tap there. And then you're going to tap on your thymus. This is a really good thing to do, tapping on your thymus. All right, thump that. And then right under your ribs, just down. Let me stand up. Just right here. And then to the sides. Just like that. And then here's a little extra. You can go like this. I know this looks weird, but you're going to pull up. And that helps drain your lymph nodes, which you have to do because the body doesn't do that naturally. This is why bouncing is a really good idea. But you can also do this, and that will clean your lymph nodes. So what you can do with your tapping is you can say affirmations. So I am healthy, right? I am healthy and strong. I am confident. I love my life more and more every day. Life is amazing. I love to learn and grow. I am grateful for my life. All right, super simple, takes 2 minutes, and it can change your life. How's that? All right, so now we're the part of the show where we get our shit together. When would now be a good time for us to get our shit together, right? I love that phrase. I think it's what we're all just really trying to do. I think life is tricky. It's a roller coaster, and we've been given a whole lot of programming that doesn't serve us, and it's our responsibility, not our fault, but our responsibility to change that programming. And there's a certain program that exists in the world that we should be victims to almost anything. Someone cutting me off in traffic, I can feel victimized. How dare they cut me off in traffic? Oh. And we can let it ruin our day, and we could talk about it for hours to everyone we meet. This is a program. This is not necessary, right? And last week we talked about the diamond of freedom. All right, the diamond of freedom. The first thing you do is you move your body, and that's how you can change your state. Move by smiling and breathing and moving your body. The second point is your focus. What are you focused on? One question you ask here is, what am I thankful for? Because gratitude is the rocket ship to joy, and you cannot be miserable while in gratitude. So what am I thankful for? Your brain will have to find something. At first, it's going to say, I don't know, nothing, right? It's not true. What are you grateful for? Look around right now. What are you grateful for? The third point on the diamond is your story. Normally, well, without exception, actually, if you feel shitty, you have shitty thoughts, period. Because you can be really sick and you can even be in pain and be okay. I want you to think about a time where you were in pain and you were still okay. You were sick with the flu, but you were still okay emotionally, right? It's a choice. We don't have to be victims even to the flu, right? So it's changing your story. So what am I telling myself? Is it true? No, it's going to be BS. And so what's true is, and you tell yourself the truth. What's true is everything's okay. What's true is I'm going to get better. What's true is I'm doing what I can. What's true is I have a beautiful home. What's true is I have beautiful loved ones. What's true is, right? You get the idea? And then the fourth part of the diamond is connecting to source, connecting to a higher power, connecting to the realization that we are not alone. We have help. And we get to tap into that. We get to remember that. And we get to meditate and get present. These are all ways to connect to the greater than. And when you do those four things, and you can do them in seconds, it changes your life and it changes how you feel, because our emotions are dictated by our thoughts, right? So our thoughts dictate our emotions, and our emotions dictate our actions, and our emotions and actions dictate how we feel about our life, right? And the choices that we make in our life. So it's only one of the most important things that you can learn in your life, right? So here's the thing. I want to tell you a story. I want to tell you a story about my best friend. Her name is Danny. And I got a call one day, and she very quietly on the phone says these 3 words: I've been stabbed. Now, I was in the middle of a meeting and I was in a loud coffee shop. And I was like, what? Like, surely I didn't hear that right. But no, she says it again. I've been stabbed. And I was like, whoa. And so I jump in the car. Now I happened to be in the hospital, near a hospital, like 50 feet from a hospital. So I ran into the hospital. I handed the phone to the guy and got the address correct. And then the ambulance and I took off down the highway. Now, this is my best friend and she's been stabbed. And I keep her on the phone, right? So I don't know how bad at the moment. And I'm like, okay, honey, just keep talking to me. We're going to be fine. Now, thankfully, all the years that I spent in Papua New Guinea in a tribal village there helped me give some concept and some knowledge to these things because I did so much medical work. So I knew to keep her talking. And I also knew that when she said, I feel cold, that this is a bad sign. Bad sign. And I was like, no. You feel warm. I want you to visualize a hot tub. I want you to, and so I would keep talking. And in that moment, I had this fear, this overwhelming rush, like a wave, I guess is the best way of describing it. A fear come all over me. Those of you on Facebook, I would love to hear if you've ever been in a situation where a wave of fear just comes straight at you and it's almost too much. Like you can hardly function. And here I am driving and I'm like so scared. But because I know this diamond of freedom, I was like, okay, no, what do? I breathe, smile. What am I thankful for? I'm on my way. She's alive, right? There's an ambulance coming. These are all beautiful things. What is true? And then I'm talking to God. I'm like, help, right? Help us, please. And so then that fear disappeared. And I was like, okay, let's do this. We're going. Fly down the highway, get to her house. Oh, I walk in and she's laying on the floor. There's blood everywhere. And found out that she was stabbed 9 times. This guy had pretended to be the painter. He had been a painter at her house and came alone one day to continue the painting, and after an hour of painting decided he wanted cash from her and proceeded to stab her. Okay, so here she is on the ground. I got her head under my hands and I'm looking into her big eyes, and I am given the choice by the ambulance which hospital to take her to. And I was like, okay, the best one, absolutely the best one. And so next thing you know, I am in the ambulance. Her husband wanted me to go. And at first I was like, why me? You're the husband, But then I realized, of course, I was her coach. I was also her friend. And she needed encouragement. And he was at a loss to know what to do and how to handle it. Yeah. So here I am in the ambulance. I got her head under my hands. I'm got one foot under one wheel. I got one foot under the other wheel, and we're flying down the ambulance like this, like flying. And she says to me, I think I'm going to die. I feel like I'm dying. And I know enough to know that that's very possibly true. However, it's not true right now. Right now, you're alive. And there was this saying I've shared many times with you, that life is happening for you, right? Not to you. And so I repeated that to myself. No, Amy, life is happening for you, not to you. And then the light came on. I was like, wait a second. If life is happening for me and I'm not special, any more special than Danny, and Danny's been stabbed 9 times, then the truth is also true for Danny, that life is happening for Danny right now. Oof. What a realization, right? So I looked into her eyes. I said, sweetie, I said, you're going to get through this and you are going to help so many people, and you are going to show people how not to be a victim. You're going to show them what it is to shine and how to overcome. And you're going to be speaking to many people about this. That's the truth. And I said, where do you want to go? And she's like, New York City. And so we were talking about this stuff, right? And we use the diamond of freedom. She gets to the hospital. Long story short, she dies twice on the table. They took out her kidney and her spleen. They were completely obliterated. And her husband and I barred the door of her room, and only high vibrational positive people were allowed in. Only people who believed that she would live and make it. And we did that, and we put diamonds all over her room, and she worked the diamond every day, all day long, and so did we. And guess how soon she left the hospital? The doctor said she had a 50-50 chance of living, and that she should be in the hospital for about 6 weeks to 2 months to recover. She left in a week. 1 week. How? How? She controlled her state. She controlled her state. This is Danny. This is in the hospital right after. And this is her a week later. How did she do that? She controlled her state. Over and over and over and over again, she controlled her state. And so did I. And was that a hard situation? Abso-freaking-lutely. Yes. Very difficult, very challenging. But she made a difference everywhere she went, and she healed significantly faster, and she had joy even in the midst of all of that because she controlled her state, and she did it using those 4 steps. And that's as easy as it is. So even in the hardest times, we can control our state. And what she has said, she wanted to be on today, but she had to work, is that because she knew how to control her state, she was actually able to negotiate with her attacker. And he didn't finish what he started. He let her go because she was able to control her state in the midst of a knife in her kidney. And she wouldn't have been able to do that had she not known. So I am so pleased to share these 4 steps with you. It's the one tattoo I have on my wrist is this, because nothing changes your life more than being able to change your state. It works. Practice it. Put it all over your house so that you can see diamonds everywhere. Teach your family so that you can know how to work the diamond and you can do it. And guess what? It's a daily thing. It's an all-day thing. It's never going to stop thing because we're humans and we're in Earth school. Oof, but wow, is it ever worth it? So I hope that was inspiring. I hope that you know that the power that you have within yourself to control your state. We are not victims. We choose to be. We don't have to be. All right. So right now I am really excited to have Lori Kaplan on. But first, I want to share a commercial with you. And this is of one of my amazing spiritual masters. And this is all about her because she is going to be on the show on May 25th. And I'm so excited. So here's a little bit about Sri Preetaji.
Sri Preetaji is a woman philosopher and transformational leader. She is known for her original teachings, meditation practices, and mystic processes that have helped millions in India and many nations of the world, leading them to mental health, emotional wellness, and spiritual awakening. Her purpose is to awaken human consciousness from agitation to peace, separation to connection, and division to oneness. In 2002, together with her husband Sri Krishnaji, she undertook the mammoth project of creating the gigantic architectural marvel of Ekam, World Center for Enlightenment, and completed it in 2008. Ekam is a sacred pillarless structure built of marble to accommodate 8,000 seekers in a state of meditation. It is a mystic powerhouse that has been created with a vision to bring world peace and enlightenment. Sri Preetaji, along with her husband, Sri Krishnaji, co-authored the US best-selling book, The 4 Sacred Secrets, in 2018. She has also created Oneness Yoga, an integration of 5 forms of yoga to help the world realize the true spirit of yogic tradition. Preetaji's TEDx talk from Kansas City has been viewed by over 3 million people. She has been interviewed on prestigious online platforms such as Goop, Marie Forleo, One Commune, and has been covered in magazines including Forbes, Fortune India, Inc., Authority, and the Huffington Post. She travels to the USA, Europe, Australia, Latin America, Japan, South Korea, and China every year, offering her 4-day signature program called the Field of Awakening. In conclusion, the world certainly is a more peaceful place because of Shri Preetaji's presence in it.
Oh, she's completely changed my life. I've been in her personal presence many times for days on end, and she's the real deal. And we're going to meet her, all of us together. So grateful for that. All right now it is time for Lori Kaplan. Lori, she is a farmer, an equestrian, a drummer, a retreat leader, and a joyful dietitian. I love that. Using the power of your own DNA, Lori coaches her clients to health and wellness clarity. She lives in central Illinois on 60 acres of farm. She was just accepted as one of 40 riders to compete in the intensely rugged and challenging Gaucho Derby, a 500-kilometer horse adventure race in the Andes Mountains region of Patagonia. Incredible. This will take place in February 2024. She is currently training both mind and body for this incredible once-in-a-lifetime experience. Put your hands together. Drum roll, please, for the amazing Lori Kaplan.
Hi.
Hey, welcome back, girl.
Yeah, good to see you. God, it's always so crazy to hear the description of that race. It's like, did I really sign up for that?
You did, apparently.
Great.
I'm so excited to be able to follow you on that and to cheer you on from here, and what you're going to have to do to train to be able to be ready for that. I can only imagine.
Yeah.
So congratulations for being a badass.
Thanks.
Clearly you are.
Clearly. I just started riding polo horses to get training for it. So.
Oh, wow. They're big animals, polo horses. Aren't they? They're big ones?
They're actually smaller than my horses, but they're,
okay.
Yeah, they're just, yeah, they're fun.
They got muscles.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, welcome back. And I am very excited for this. We've been waiting for a little while to get you on here and to be able to read the results.
Yeah.
So tell our audience what you do, what this is in better English than I did.
Well, first of all, what you spoke about and as intense as that was, managing our state, whether it's something where you're almost dying, to just our daily stresses when things are like, oh man, this was supposed to go this way. So your report, I can't pull it up right now for whatever reason. So we'll use mine.
You can't right now?
Yep. I don't know what happened to the platform, but we'll use mine.
Let me just try this. Is that yours or mine?
Well, see it's just there's some tech thing in the back end. So we'll be able to look at Jean's, but yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Decided to stop.
Okay. Do you want to try one more time?
Yeah. See, I'm trying and it's not sticking.
All right. That's okay.
We'll roll with it, right? Yep. So
we'll get together.
Yep. So we'll look at mine. But so what this is it's really looking at the foundation of who you are. And it provides a lot of clarity around what to eat in terms of your macronutrients, how to supplement or not supplement if you don't need to, really where to get your micronutrients from food, your best sleeping ways, the best ways to work out, ideally for your body, whether that's more of an endurance or a power sprint, weightlifting kind of thing. It also looks at how your body handles a detoxification. So how can we support that in our lifestyle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you sure you don't want to try one more time?
I keep trying.
You were trying in the first few minutes here?
Yep. We'll try.
Because it was up when we started.
Yep. It was up, and for some reason it's being ornery. So I'll get on the report, but it won't open to the actual page. And I
Okay.
don't know why. I don't know why.
Okay. All right. Perfect. So are you ready for me to put the report up?
Yes.
Okay. Here we go.
Yep. And we actually had some similar genes. So
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, go ahead and speak to what you know about me, if you remember.
Yeah.
And
So
that works.
one of the cool things working with Amy, for those of you who are listening, is she's very tapped into her body and very self-aware, and has made changes well before this, because she heard that from her own body, I think I need to eat this way or follow this pattern. And what was really cool is to see how her genetics really spoke exactly to the changes she heard she needed to make. And so it solidified it. And I think for you, Amy, it was just like, this is exactly what I need to do then, for sure. Right? Would you?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. So her hunger and satiety genetics, pretty accurate. This is a big place that we look. These are all the genes. So this is your hardware. And over here, the CC, the GG, the AG, that's your software. So these are your genes. We all have most of these genes. The software is how Amy or Lori or whoever else is going to express that gene potentially.
Okay. And my understanding is that this is a one and done deal. Like, I've done this. And so now this is me.
That's right.
And for lack of a better way of explaining it, is understanding like some genes are rascals. Some genes are not, they're rascals, I guess, is a nice way of saying.
They can be rascals.
They can be rascals. So it's about dialing the rascals down and dialing up the super genes that are there to really make you thrive and feel good.
Right. And the cool thing is that both the rascals and the super genes, so we've got some genes that are more of a higher impact, support players, to put it simply. So those high impact genes can also be impacted at a higher level. So those are the ones we like to target while supporting the entire system.
Right. And understanding this changes everything. Like, it can change like so much, right? It takes the guesswork out of your health now.
Yes, takes the guesswork out.
Okay.
So this is an area that we both shared, an insulin resistance risk, which in simple terms means we could get diabetes.
Yeah.
I've got the same, and it's a place that I'm aware of. So managing simple carb intake is important, and we discussed that. But it doesn't mean you're going to get diabetes. So it's just an area to pay attention to.
Right. But it means that I'm presupposed to that, like
Correct.
that pathway would be a smoother pathway as far as my genes are concerned, versus that's unlikely to happen because my genes don't allow that to happen.
That's correct.
Okay. I'm understanding then.
Yeah.
So this is amazing, because like I've was hypoglycemic for years, and always knew, because hypoglycemia and diabetes, it's like it's the same but different. It's like you can be hypoglycemic and then all of a sudden you switch to diabetes, right? Correct. So I've known this, but ever since I became basically vegan, I'm not hypoglycemic anymore. Like my sugar levels are perfect. So, and I started that 6 years ago.
Yeah. So you listening to that is great. And the complex carbohydrate nature of vegetables could be what's balancing your blood sugar and keeping you from going into that hypoglycemia.
Interesting. Okay.
So we share one place. Everybody has questions, or what should I eat, right? So we share a gene that has to do with, it's high impact for how we handle carbohydrates. Now, carbohydrates is a big box, right? You've got donuts and you have broccoli, so kind of different there.
Yeah.
And I refer to complex carbohydrates when I talk about this level. So both you and I,
You're talking about
our
donuts.
bodies, yeah, our bodies genetically want a higher level of complex carbohydrate. That's for healthy weight
Okay, you're
loss
talking
if we
about
needed
broccoli.
to.
Complex carbohydrates are like broccoli, not donuts.
Correct.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Good.
Yes. So we get to eat a little bit higher. And in fact, for myself, when I've gone really low carb just to try it out, I've not been happy. So I know my gene wants carbs.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yours does too.
But the good kind,
So
not the donuts and cookies and bread kind.
That's right.
Exactly.
Now,
Okay.
it's a balance. You know, being a joyful dietitian means that I try to help people find ways to have those foods, but it's in the balance.
So I heard there's a cookie jar gene. Is that true?
Yes, there's a cookie jar gene. There's a sweet tooth gene. There's a warrior. When I got the warrior, which is something I deal with.
Do you remember what I had?
You're in between.
Okay.
Which is a really lovely balance. So
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then an area for you that came up with is a little different than mine, but around saturated fat. Your body said, hey, you know what? Let's maybe stay away from that so much. Which, do you want to share your experience with meat?
Yeah. So saturated fat specifically is meat, right? Anything from an animal?
Correct.
Okay.
And coconut, but yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple exceptions. So yeah, I went to a Tony Robbins. Let me remove this so we can see. I went to a Tony Robbins event, and it's called UPW, Unleash the Power Within, and he has a whole day on health, and he blew my socks off with how animals were treated and how with all the antibiotics and all the stuff in the meat that it's really not helping us and hurting us. And so he gave a 10-day challenge of just cutting out all the poisons, which were sugar and anything white for a little while, just to do a detox, right? No meat, no alcohol. And I was like, okay, I'm in, I'll do it. And I could not believe the difference. I felt so good. So I was basically vegetarian because I couldn't give up cheese, quite frankly.
Okay.
I couldn't. I thought I would die without it. Yeah, if I was given, the question, if you're on an abandoned island and you can only pick one food, what would it be? It was cheese.
Yeah.
Okay. So I could not give it up. And then my kids watched the show What the Health on Netflix and Game Changers, and they said, Mom, you need to watch this. And so we watched it, and from that moment on, we went from vegetarian to vegan, basically. Mm-hmm. I cheat a little for fish sometimes.
Yeah,
not very often.
Your body likes the fat that's in fish.
There you go.
Yeah.
So my going from vegetarian to vegan, I felt like a rock star, and you couldn't give me millions of dollars for me to go back.
Yeah.
So now you're telling me that literally it's saving my life.
Mm-hmm. Yep. For your body, genetically, saturated fat can be very inflammatory. And saturated fat isn't good or bad. It's a fat. But when you've got certain genetics and certain predispositions for, say, heart disease, cardiovascular disease, saturated fat can cause problems in our vasculature. So,
which is heart disease.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know what? Intuitively, I knew I was saving my life. I knew I was saving my life. And I had just had a blood work test, and 10 days into being vegan, I had another blood panel, and my cholesterol was down 30 points in 10 days.
I'm not surprised. Your genes were like, yes, thank you.
So even though I sometimes long to eat some cheese, I do not, because it is poison to me. It is not my friend.
Nope, it's not.
It's so great to know and
right?
not yes.
Yeah. No, it's really freeing. I know I have some clients who who are like, gosh, what am I going to find out? Well, first of all, this isn't a medical diagnosis. I'm not looking for cancer or other genetic diseases. So it's not that. And really what it does is it gives you the power to know what to choose. And then it's on you whether you choose it or not. But this is going to be best for my body. It's not just what's best for my body, it's best for my entire life.
I got to tell you, I am so in love with this. Like I am so glad that you're doing this, Lori, because we as humans need to know this. Like, why are we guessing when we can know? I don't understand. And why am I this age, so young, and I'm just learning this now? Like, what?
Yeah. Well, it's fairly new science, and
Okay.
so we're still figuring out, how best to support the genetics. And it's not just that, it's really an entire, your whole lifestyle. So that's partly why, but I think it would be great to, when babies are born, to have this done, your whole genome. So you really know, what risk am I at? How can I treat that from here? And again, it's the choice of the individual whether they're going to do it or not, but at least they know.
Right. And this is not the same as getting your knowing whether you're German or French, or this is to the cellular level.
That's correct.
Okay.
That's correct. For instance, this one, and you've got the same, it's an inflammation gene. And luckily for you, both of us, we've got a lower inflammation. So this gene, when we can support this gene with olive oil, which I talked to you about.
So olive oil is good for me.
Yes.
And it's almost the only thing that's good for me, right?
No, well, the oil, DHA, which is the fat found in fish.
Okay, all right.
And nuts, avocado.
Right.
Avocado
but none
oil.
of the other, like the typical oils.
That's right. Well, we all want to avoid the seed oils. Yeah, like sunflower and safflower. They're just very highly inflammatory. They've been sitting in a plastic bottle for God knows how long.
Our oils are fragile, and the fact that they're in the light and plastic is the worst possible thing. You need glass in a dark bottle with a batch number. Like, please.
Yeah, we need there's high quality extra virgin olive oil, and I have brands that I recommend to everyone.
I just bought my bottle the other day.
Oh, good. Yay. I actually take a tablespoon every morning. And
Should I do that?
Yes, you should.
For my gene, I should do that as well.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Mm-hmm. Very cool. Well, I want to make sure everyone has a chance to find you. Where can they find you? What do you offer? How I want to help people.
Yeah, so I've got a couple different programs. My coaching program, I usually do like a 3-month program for people. Some folks need longer, and I can always go longer. The 3-month program, we meet every week. It includes the genetic report, the test kit, recipes. I'll clean out your pantry, help you go to the grocery store, and we can do that virtually, which I've done for folks. Because it's not just the foods, it's also the products you have in your house.
Yes.
And I'm your accountability coach. So I'm there. Making change can be hard. We work through it over time based on your goals. So that runs $32.95.
All right.
And it's a lot of fun, and it's deep dive and lots of personalization. And I'm right there with you every week.
That's amazing. I know you told me that I don't need a multivitamin, and because of what I'm eating, I don't need a multivitamin. And I've spent years of money on multivitamins. Mm-hmm. So now I don't have to spend any more money on multivitamins. And I did the math, and it's going to save me like 20 grand just knowing that I don't need a multivitamin for the space of my life. Like, this is so 30. What did you say?
$32.95 for 3 months.
$32.95, and you know everything you need to know about your body, and you have help for 3 months to get it straight, to reprogram, basically.
It's reprogramming.
Oh, wow. All right. That's amazing. And you said you had a second program?
Yeah. So what you did, it's I call it the intro package. If you want to learn about your genes and have a couple sessions with me, I'll throw in some personalized recipes, and that gives you a great place to start, just like now. And then if you want to continue coaching, then we can personalize what that would look like.
Awesome. And what does that go for?
That's $12.95.
$12.95. Awesome. Amazing. Well,
if you act within a week, I'll take $150 off both packages. So.
Oh, that's amazing. This week. Okay. Before next week's show, guys, geneticallynourished.com. Get your appointment with Lori. And I love knowing, like, when I buy an avocado now, I just like smile. I'm like, I love you.
Yeah.
Because there was the jury's out on avocados, right? Are they good? Are they not good?
Mm-hmm.
The jury's out on veganism. And I got to tell you, I was pretty open, for people, but I got to say, I did have a little bit of bias and like, oh, these meat eaters, gross, and you know what? I'm learning now that isn't the case. Everybody is different.
Right.
And you've got to know for you. Right. But I used to think meat, I would die without it. Like literally, I'm like, I would die without meat. No way I could live without meat. And it's just not true. It's literally killing me. So just because we like the taste doesn't mean it's good for us,
right?
Obviously. Right. But our brains want to trick us, right? And under threat of death, we don't change. There was a study, Omaha Mutual did a study on 333 sick people who were going to die unless they changed their lifestyle. That's what their doctor said. They checked on them a year later. Guess how many people changed their lifestyle?
A small percentage.
7%.
Wow.
Under threat of death, we don't change. Under threat of death, we don't change. So how do we change? So Dr. Dean Ornish came along and says, okay, we can't handle, this is not okay. And he put together a course with accountability and coaching and all of that for a year. These people did it for a year. Then they did 2 more years on their own. Then they followed up with them. Guess how many people changed their life?
Huge percentage.
77%.
Yeah.
Because they had accountability.
Right.
So yay. Because under threat of death, we don't change people.
Right.
Without accountability.
Really having that guide, and you can go online and do these tests, not this one that I showed you, but it's kind of like hieroglyphics, and without knowing it.
It's so true. I was like trying to read it. I would have read it backwards. I would have been eating all the things I shouldn't have been eating. Like there would have been moments where I would have had it all wrong. Yeah. No. You need a professional. You don't mess around. This is your life we're talking about here.
Right. Yeah.
So, oh my God, girl. Well, can you believe we're out of time already?
No.
This goes so fast. I love you so much. I am so grateful for you. So grateful. I feel like you've changed. You've saved my life in lots of ways, because I'm not going to move from this position of taking care of myself and making the moves that I've made and will make. And I just hope so many people call you and that they get that freedom too, because it is amazing to know and not have to guess anymore.
Yeah.
So I love you, dear.
I love you too.
We'll have you back at the end. We'll see you soon. Okay. Okay. Bye. Oh, so good. So good. All right. Right now we're going to have a brief commercial and then we're going to be back for Mantra Magic.
I've never been to Cabo before, but I fell in love, especially with this place that has so much magic and good vibrations. What Amy has created here is nothing short of magic. It's just so beautiful. From the beautiful tents, sleeping in them at night, it's just so peaceful.
So many fun facilities to do within 15-20 minutes from here. We've been scuba diving, snorkeling, bungee jumping, zip lining, riding ATVs, all within just a few minutes of this location. It's been so fun. The vibration is so great here, such good energy. I would highly recommend coming if you want to go somewhere just amazing here in Cabo.
I think if I were to just sum it up really quickly, I would just call it magical. It's truly just such a beautiful place. The energy is so welcoming and you just can't be sad here. It's truly magical. So thank you for this experience.
Yes, thank you, Amy.
Thank you.
Love it. I want to come back soon.
Thank
you.
I cannot wait to be back, and I hope you allow yourself to have this beautiful experience as well.
All right. Time for mantra magic. Mantra magic is the part of the show where we reprogram our mind with a fun song or a poem. And the amazing Kelsey Garcia, she's a professional singer and a beautiful friend of mine. She has provided the mantra of the week this week to us. And here it is.
Welcome back to Mantra Magic. We have Monique here today. I'm Kelsey. Nice to see you guys. Welcome back. We have a really quick mantra for you guys this week. Just something fun. So here we go. Got this one chance, one life. Do it so good till you're satisfied. One chance, one life. Do it so good till you're satisfied. One chance, one life. Do it so good till you're satisfied. One chance, one life. Do it so good till you're satisfied. Have a beautiful week, guys. Thank you.
Awesome. I love bopping around with these songs throughout the week. You can go to my Instagram page, Amy Joy Coaching, and you can see the mantra magic every week and get it in your head as well. All right, it is now time for meditation moment. Awesome. All right, I'm going to put some beautiful music from the amazing Gary Melkin on, and we're going to take 5 minutes, just 5 minutes. So gather your kids, your grandkids, whoever's there, sit down for 5 minutes and watch the magic. This is the moment where we just quiet our minds and we get present. And when we're present, we're not in our messed up past or our projected messed up future. We're here right now. And right now is beautiful. So just close your eyes and breathe. And just notice, observe your breathing. Notice how your belly comes out when you inhale. Notice the air as it leaves your nose or mouth. And now I want you to notice, how are you feeling right now? Do you feel crappy or happy? There is no fence. And there is no judgment. It just is. And just observe it. Are they thoughts right now that you're having? Are they of the past? Or of the future? Or are they present thoughts? Just observe. And breathe. I want you to visualize a flame flickering right in front of your eyes. Watch it. Notice all the colors. The golds, the oranges, the reds, the whites. And then slowly slide that flame into the middle of your head. And watch it flicker there. And with your hands on your heart, I want you to think about one thing you're thankful for. And as you do that, I'm going to send you an energetic activation. This is called a Diksha. Sri Preetaji has shared the ability to do this. It helps heal, it helps resolve problems. It's done all kinds of beautiful things for people. It's just up to you to receive it or not. With a deep breath into your belly and exhale. I'm going to bring Lori back on here. Here she is. How was that for you, Lori?
That was wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah.
I love that flame.
Right? It's 5 minutes and it just makes such a difference. Those of you on Facebook, if you can interact, I would love to know how that was for you. How do you feel now? Love that. Great. All right. Beautiful.
So I updated my, I put it in the chat. My website was spelled differently than what you had it. So.
Oh, okay. You put it in the private chat?
Yeah, that was the only
Thank you.
place.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to copy paste that. Put it into banners. Here we go. Sorry for my spelling.
No, it's okay. I probably didn't notice it because I was looking at the report.
All right. Here we go. Nope.
Gene.
It's genetically Oh, glory. All right.
Technically, that's something.
All right. Amy, come on, Amy. You can do this. All right. Here we go.
Yay.
All right. That's the correct website, guys. Correct website to reach Lori. Get your own DNA test so that you can take the guesswork out of your life and your health and your everything. It even talked about exercise. What's the best exercise for me to do and all of that. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So what last words do you have for the audience today, Lori?
For me, finding the clarity in my genetics is given me the courage to live life at a level I only dreamed of just a few years ago. So it's really exciting. It's beyond what I even imagined. So
yeah, I'm amazed at how I feel. Just knowing.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I mean, we just have guessed all of our lives.
Right.
Right? How many diets are out there? How many ideas are out there? And they're all claiming that this is the way and the only way. And it's just not true. Everybody's different. And shoot, why try them all when you can just know?
Right. It gives you such freedom, the foundation of you. And then you have freedom to go and do crazy horse races and whatever thing you want to do. So
it's true. And then you feel good, right? Ultimately, that's the end result is you feel amazing.
Right.
For me, thankfully, I had made a lot of these shifts already, and it was just a huge confirmation that my intuition is so powerful, and to listen to it.
Right.
And I just remember how many times I was freaking out, going, I already do that.
That's great. Yeah.
What? Now there's a few things that I need to change.
Sure.
Right. And I went shopping and I threw some things out and that's yay.
Right. Right.
Yay. Happy to do it.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Woo. Awesome. Yeah. Well, thank you, babe. I love you so much. So glad you're doing what you're doing. I hope everyone here hears this and writes this down and connects with you and gets help. Maybe it's for you and another family member that you love. I know I've hooked you up with my family.
Yeah.
And we're all getting it done.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, I love
Thank
you
so much. Love you too.
We're out of time. Thank you everyone for being here. I appreciate you taking your precious time to spend it with us today. Remember That together we vibrate higher. And that, my friends, changes the world. We'll see you next week. Besos. Mwah. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for watching Get Your Shit Together live with Amy Joy. If you'd like to follow us, you can on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Amy Joy Coaching. Appreciate so much your likes, comments, and shares. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, please reach out. We'll see you next time.